Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. As-salatu was-salam ala Rasulillah wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. This for the tafsir. This not this. No. If you leave it home, you got to bring extra next class. You can't take new one. There's tafsir. Where is there's one at the back, should finish. Remind me. Okay, we continue inshallah ta'ala with our Arabic part of our program. Yesterday we completed up to lesson 2, right? The end of lesson 2. We covered nouns and adjectives. Some basics. So today, inshallah ta'ala, we're going to start with some of the passages from Surah Al-Baqarah. As our aim during this course, apart from learning the Arabic language, is studying Surah Al-Baqarah, and to gain as much understanding as we can from this surah, bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. Now, it wouldn't be possible for us to cover every single thing from Surah Al-Baqarah with regards to the text. That's even going to take longer than the tafsir itself. And especially how this class is gauged for newcomers, intermediate level, is going to be much more difficult. Yarhamukallah. Because of the nature of the Quran, as we know, it's classical Arabic. Most of the vocabularies in it, or much of the vocabularies in it, is not really used, and the expression is not really used on an everyday level, everyday base. But as we mentioned in our introduction, let's make the number one focus why we learn the Arabic is to relate with the Quran. So even if we were to speak with this language, most people will not understand if we were to use these words instead of the words that people use nowadays. Right? Most people might not understand, especially those who they didn't study the Arabic language. And in order to know the Arabic properly, you have to study it. Right? Whether you're Arab or non-Arab. The Arabs agree? Right? In order to know the Arabic properly, you got to study it. Same thing with English. If you were to find a Guyanese who never went to school, you might not understand anything that he say. Right? And if you ask him a question, he won't be able to answer you, meaning about the English language. He might understand you, but you might not understand him. And just a quick story, quick latifa, not latifa, but a story. And once when I was in Saudi Arabia, I had a car that was older than me for a short period of time before I had to bury it. So I took it to the mechanic and I told him that he put too much oil in it. It's leaking out. To take out some of the oil. And when I ran back, he charged me for changing the oil. I said, you just changed the oil, but you put too much oil in it. So take out some because it's leaking out of the cover. So when he finally understand what I meant, he said, you speak Quran. And I don't understand when you speak Quran. Right? And when you speak Fusha, because that is what you learn when you go to school, right? You learn the Fusha, the standard Arabic or the classical Arabic and grammar. But the majority of people, especially those who go to work in Saudi, those who are working, most of the mechanics, they are Pakistanis, Indians, Bangladeshi, Egyptians, Yemenis, right? You're really going to find an actual Saudi. But if they come from a non-Arab country, they're going to learn from the street language. So they won't get the Fusha. So don't make that your focus. Make your focus to relate with the Quran, as we are going to try to do, inshallah ta'ala. Firstly, we're going to go through the Nas, the text. Make sure that you have a pen, pencil, paper. We're going to extract each word and explain or give the literal meaning for each word. And as I mentioned again in the beginning, don't try to understand the why of everything. What we explain, we suffice with that. What we don't explain, just learn it as it is, or learn the translation for it as it is for now. So like that, you're not going to overwhelm yourself. The first text from the beginning of the surah, ذَلِكَ الْكِتَابُ لَا رَيْبَ فِيهِ هُدًى لِلْمُتَّقِينَ. So we have the word ذَلِكَ. ذَلِكَ means that. The tafsir, you cover this portion already with the tafsir, right? But we're going to stick with the literal meaning of ذَلِكَ means that. Why that? I'm sure you did that yesterday, right? And not هَذَا. Al-Kitab means the book. Al-Kitab, the book. La, it's used for negation. Learn it like that. La, for negation. Don't put no, don't put not, don't put ne. Just put negation. How you translate it, you're going to translate it based on the context. You might learn no, say no here. Then another context, you say no in it, and it doesn't make sense, or it doesn't sound right. And as new learners of a language, if something is off, it can throw your understanding off and make you confused, right? Because when you're learning a language for the first, you tend to be microscopic on everything, and that's one of the what you call it, the hindrance towards learning a language properly. So la here means negation. Raib is, what's raib? Doubt. Fihi, this is two words. You have fi, which is in, and the he can be him or it. Here it's it, right? The he can be him, or it can be it. Hudan is guidance. Hudan, guidance. Li, so here we have lil muttaqin, which is li and al muttaqin, two words. Li is for, al muttaqin is the people of taqwa. Learn it like that. Al muttaqin, the people of taqwa. Those who have taqwa, you call them muttaqin. Right? Those who have taqwa, we call them muttaqin. And that's one thing we're going to try our best to do, is to learn the language through the language. And like that, you get away from translation, and also you get away from cheap meaning, or the cheap translation. Right? Muttaqin, the people of taqwa. And everyone knows what's taqwa. Right? Alladhina, those. Alladhina, those. Yu'minuna means by itself, yu'minun, they believe. Present. They believe. So, alladhina yu'minun, those who believe. Bil ghaib. Bi here means in. Al ghaib means the unseen. Now, one thing to note, as we mentioned, every language has its own way to express. In Arabic, when you want to say you believe in something, use be. You don't use fi. Remember the copycat style, right? Know how it is done and just copy it. So if you want to say someone they believe in Allah, you're going to say yu'minuna billah. You're not going to say yu'minuna fillah, right? Copy the same expression. This is how they say it. Yu'minuna bir rusul. They believe in the messengers. Yu'minuna bil yawmil akhir. They believe in the last day. Wa yuqimuna, wa is an, yuqimun, they establish. They establish. Yuqimun means they establish. Some of these words we're going to go through it back in the second part of the chapter, or on the next page. But just know these literal meaning. So here, where are we? Yuqimuna means they establish as-salah. They establish the salah. Wa mimma, wa is an. Mimma, for now learn from what? From what? Mimma means from what? Razaqana means we what? Provided. We provided. Razaqana, we provided. Whom? Them. So, wa mimma razaqnahum, from what we provided them, yunfiqun. Yunfiqun mean they spend. From what we provided them, they spend. Now, the meaning of this statement, it's clear, right? From what we provided them, they spend. Now, the structure of the sentence is not the same as how we will express in English, right? So now, don't try to fit this structure into an English structure. Understand the words in Arabic, understand what it generally means in English. How are you going to get the structure? As you get exposed to the language more and more with studying basic grammar, you're going to get the structure. Now in English, how you are going to express this? They have here, and from what we provided them, they spent, same thing, right? From what we provided them with, they spent, right? You put they provided, they spend from that which we provided them with. But how you translate it in the end, it doesn't matter. Just for now, understand each word and understand the general meaning. وَالَّذِينَ, and those, يُؤْمِنُونَ, they believe, bima. Now again, when you say somebody believe in something, use be. They believe, be in, ma, what, unzila ilayka. Unzila means was revealed. Ila, to, ka is you. Was revealed to you. Was revealed to you. And they believe in what was revealed ilayka, to you. Now, ilayka is two words, right? It's ila, that means to, and ka, that means you. Now, in English, when you use those, you say those who, right? All that those who, it's right there in this wal alladhina, right? Alladhina yu'minuna, those who believe, bima unzila ilayk, in what was revealed to you. Wama, and what unzila was revealed, min qablika. Now, min qabli, learn it right now, it means before. This entire phrase means before. Min qabli and qabl without the min, both of it means before. The tafsir is where you're going to do the difference between the two. Right? Ka, it's you. Now the general public or the general mass of people, when you say min qablik and qablik, they don't really know the difference between the two. Right? So why I'm saying that? So you don't overwhelm yourself trying to understand something like we mentioned the first day, right? Why is you are and not you is and those things. Just understand the general. That detail, you do that in the tafsir, inshallah. That's where the scholars, they discuss that, or some of the scholars. وَمَا أُنزِلَ مِن قَبْلِكَ, and what was revealed before you. وَبِالْآخِرَةِ, and in the hereafter. Al-akhirah is hereafter. Whom they yuqinun. Yuqinun means they have yaqeen. What's yaqeen? Certainty, right? We all know yaqeen. وَعْبُدْ رَبَّكَ حَتَّى يَأْتِيَكَ الْيَقِينَ. Worship your Lord until yaqeen comes to you, meaning death. Right? Yaqeen, certainty. Yuqinun, they have yaqeen. They have certainty. So in the hereafter, they have certainty. They are certain about the hereafter. Ulaik means those. Right? Ulaik, those. Like if you say, Ulaika rijal, those are men. Ulaika mudarrisun, those are teachers. Ala, upon, those are upon. Remember, are, not in Arabic, that there's no word for are. Ulaika ala, those are. Mir rabbihim. Sorry, those are ala hudan, upon guidance. Min, from, Rabb, Lord, him is them. Mir rabbihim, from, their. From their Lord. Those are upon guidance from their Lord. Wa ulaika, and those whom, meaning, whom by itself means they. And those, they, al-muflihun. What's muflihun? Those who have falah. We know falah, hayya ala al-falah. What's hayya ala al-falah, hayya ala al-salah, hayya ala al-falah. Come to falah. When you gain the falah, you call that person muflih. And the plural is muflihun. So in your notes, you write it, muflihun, the doer for the one who gains the falah, right? The successful ones. Now, ulaika, and those, they are the muflihun, the successful ones. And those, they are the successful ones. In English, we say, those are the successful ones. You can say that in Arabic. You can say out of the Quran, ulaika al-muflihun. But here the phrase is, those is as if you point into them, and then now, after you point them out, you say, they are the successful ones. Why you repeat that pronoun, that repeating them twice? Emphasis, right? Ulaik, those, and then you say, they are the successful ones. It's like you say, this boy, he is hardworking. Instead of saying, this boy is hardworking, this boy, he is hardworking. The min qablik is, we said, treat that together, right? وَمَا أُنزِلَ min qablik, before you, treat the min qablik together. So that's the text. You have the translation. You can go through that for the general meaning. So now, remember we said everything have a system. So the system with the text, first, understand each individual vocab. Then read the entire sentence till the sentence makes sense to you. Right? And don't worry about the understanding the why of the structure. Don't worry about that. That why there is causing a lot of trouble when you learn in a language. Right? Careful, don't ask why. Don't ask too many things. Related vocabulary. Now what's meant by this? Some of the vocab that came in the text, we have additional vocabs from the same root or the roots that link to that vocab. And this is going to help you to increase your vocabulary easily and also help you relate to the word. Like when we say muflihun, those who didn't know what's muflihun, but you link it to falah. You might take a whole year before you realize that muflihun comes from falah. Right? But you link it, it's going to help you to regain it. And when you link things, you don't need to repeat it. It sticks with you. Right? You might need to review it, but you don't need to like sit and revise and repeat in order for it to stick with you. Is the microphone clear? Right? It's clear? Okay. From my angle here, it's sung in like a little too like high pace or what you call it. It's not like that. Clear? Not hurting your brains. So we have in the text in the text we have the word hudan, right? ذَلِكَ الْكِتَابُ لَا رَيْبَ فِيهِ hudan, guidance. It came from the word hada. Hada means he guided. Hada, he guided. Yahdi, he guides. Hada, past tense. Yahdi, present tense. Ihdi. This is the request form of the verb. And you can request can either be a command. When you command somebody to do something, you request in it. Or it can be a dua, right? When you make dua, you're requesting something. Or it could be a regular request, right? A casual, friendly request. If you're asking those above you, it's a dua. Like when you make dua to Allah. You ask those below you, it's a command. And you ask those at your level, it's a request. Right? That is just a general guideline. Ihdi, like in Salah. Ihdina, right? Guide us. As-sirat al-mustaqim. Ihdina as-sirata, the nadir means us. Guide us. And another word for guidance is also hidayah. Right? Hidayah. Everyone knows hidayah. Hudan and hidayah. All from the same word. Now, muttaqin, as we say, the righteous, the pious, people of taqwa. People of taqwa. Ittaqa is the verb of the word. Ittaqa means he was righteous, or he had taqwa, or he acted on taqwa. Yattaqi, he is pious, he's righteous, meaning he acts with taqwa. Now, as we know, Arabic has much more vocabulary than English. If you try to use a one word for everything, you're gonna deprive the Arabic language and deprive yourself of understanding the Arabic language. So, we have the word taqwa. Everyone knows what's taqwa. Now, ittaqa is the verb for that word, taqwa, past tense. So if you say, ittaqa Muhammad, it means Muhammad, he was pious. If you're referring to something specific, he acted with taqwa. Yattaqi, he is acting with taqwa. Ittaqi is when you command someone to have taqwa. Like when you say ittaqillah, right? Ittaqillah, lafdhul jalala, has the alif and lam, so you merge it. Ittaqillah. If you tell someone ittaqin nar, have taqwa of the fire, Because taqwa, literally what it means, protection and prevention, right? Taqwa literally means protection and prevention, to protect yourself and prevent yourself from something. For those online asking about a PDF, you can find it on the Telegram channels, the Masjid Telegram, and also it's on the Masjid Telegram, right? And also the Telegram for Keys to Knowledge. You just go and search MEQWS or Keys to Knowledge. You're going to have the PDF there. And the taqwa is the piety. Razaqa, he provided. Raziq, Allah is ar-Raziq and ar-Razzaq, right? The provider. Yarzuqu, he provides. Urzuq, provide, command form, right? Allahumma rzuqni, oh Allah, provide me, right? Provide me. Allahumma rzuqni amwalan, oh Allah, provide me wealth. Now in English, when we say, oh, provide, we say it with what? Oh Allah, provide me with. That's English. In Arabic, you don't need the with. So don't put it in. Right? Remember, expression different. Urzuq, Allahumma rzuqni. And rizq is the provision, the sustenance, the rizq, all from the same word. Now, unzila, it was revealed. Anzala, he revealed. So you say, Allah revealed the Quran. Anzalallahu al-Qur'ana. Allah revealed the Quran. Just memorize that phrase. Anzalallahu al-Qur'ana. Now, when you say the Quran was revealed, the word for that, unzila al-Qur'anu. Unzila al-Qur'anu. Right? Unzila and anzala. Why it like that and why it like that? Don't worry with that right now. Right? We're going to keep warning you about why. All who had a problem with why, put your hand up. Meaning you overwhelm yourself with why. And then go far in the language. First time you studied Arabic or you did before? Before? Where is it? We had a first timer here. You first time? Okay. Where is the other first timer? First time. We need it. The first timers are the most important. For Anzala, Nazzala, another word for he revealed. So in the Quran you find that Nazzala Allahu al-Quran. Now this and Anzala Allahu al-Quran both generally means Allah revealed the Quran. Right? Tanzil is the revelation. Tanzil, or the revealing. The act of revealing or the revelation. And this is also in the Quran. Tanzilun min Rabbil Alameen. Right? A revelation from the Lord of the worlds. Or the Lord of all creation. Tanzil. And Nazala, also all from the same root. Nazala means he or it came down or descended. So you want to say the rain came down? Nazal al-matar. You want to say Allah sent down the rain? Anzalallahu al-matar. Right? In English, choose any word you want. Yunfiqun, this from the passage, they spent. Anfaqa means he spent, the past tense. Anfaqa, he spent. Yunfiqu, he spends. Anfiq is you command someone to spend. Wa anfiqu mimma razaqakumullah. Right? In the Quran, anfiqu, spend. If you command one person, you say anfiq, spend. You command more than one, you say anfiqu, spend. And that's throughout the Quran. Infaq is the spending. We have yuqinun, they have certainty, yaqeen, certainty. Now, why some of the words I didn't give all of the breakdown? If I didn't really find much example for it in the Quran, I didn't mention it. right? We want focus on Surah Baqarah or what's also in the other parts of the Quran if it's very, what do you call it, prevalent, we try to mention them. Muflihun, the successful ones. Aflaha means he was successful. Like, qad aflaha al-mu'minun. Right? The believers were successful. Yuflihu is the present tense. Wala yuflihu sahiru. The magician is never successful. Unfiqu. Unfiqu is I spend. Yeah, unfiqu. Yeah. Anfaqa, the four-letter words like aslama, he accepted Islam, you say yuslimu. The four-letter words with the hamza in the beginning. Yuflih, he said successful, and falah is the success. Using these words in some sentences, al-muslimun yu'minuna bi'isa bani Maryam. Al-muslimun yu'minuna. Al-muslimun yu'minuna. If Hudhaifa is here, oh, maybe you can send out back the link for the PDF on the YouTube. Allahu al-Muslimun yu'minuna bi-Isa bin Maryam. The Muslims believe in Isa, the son of Maryam alayhi salam. Allahu ya'lamul ghaib. Allah knows the unseen. This is the portion for the beginners to focus on. Right, as we said, every class we have a portion. If everything is confusing, focus on that portion. The beginners just memorize these phrases with the meaning as it is. And from the related vocabs, choose a few words and memorize it. Memorize it as it is. Al-muttaquna yunfiquna fi sabilillah. The righteous or the pious, the people of taqwa, they spend in the path of Allah. Meaning, this is from their character. They spend in the path of Allah. Unzila al-injilu ala Isa. The Injil, unzila, was revealed upon Isa. Right? We get unzila ilayk wa unzila min qablik. Unzila al-injilu ala Isa. The Injil was revealed upon Isa. Wat Tawratu ala Musa. And the Torah upon Musa. Meaning, wa unzilat at-Tawratu ala Musa. Now, if you put unzila for both, you say unzila al-injilu ala Isa. What Tawratu ala Musa. But if you repeat unzila with Tawrat, you're going to add a ta for feminine. Wa unzilat at-Tawratu ala Musa. Clear? Should we write it or it's clear? Clear? Alayhim as-salam. Al-mu'minuna yuflihuna yawm al-qiyamah. The believers will be successful yawm al-qiyamah, on the day of judgment. Now yuflihun means they are successful. Now al-mu'minun, the believers, yuflihun, are successful yawm al-qiyamah, day of judgment. Where is will be? Huh? I put it in myself. Right? Where is the will be? Now, the present tense in Arabic there is three tense, as we will see. There is no future tense by itself. Now, the future, there is a few ways to have the future. And all of it is using the present tense. One of it, if the present tense is obviously referring to the future, it will become future. So, Yawm al-Qiyamah, day of judgment, is in the future. So we don't need to say, as we know, you can say, Sawfa yuflihun to means, it will mean they will be successful. If you say Sawfa yuflihun, it will always be they will be. That's the will in our Arabic. Or sayuflihun. Sawfa yuflihun, sayuflihun. That's will. But if you use the present tense in the context of the future, you don't need it. So if I say, Ya'ti al-mudarris, right? Ya'ti means he comes. Al-mudarris, the teacher. If we are seeing the teacher, we're going to mean the teacher is coming. We can see him coming. If the teacher is nowhere in sight, and we say Ya'ti al-mudarris, going to mean the teacher will be coming. The teacher will be coming. Remember we said Arabic is an economic language where you need to focus. An introduction to Arabic prepositions. Okay, this is the grammar portion of the class. Any questions before we move on? Where? Razaqa and raziq. Razaqa, he provided. Raziq, provider. This one? I don't understand. Oh, no. Remember I mentioned the table is not meant to be past, present, command, or so. Each word is by itself. So I just mentioned the first column. Most of the time I mention the word as it came in the text. It's not meant to be. That's why I didn't put no heading at the top. First, past tense, present tense, or anything like that. Right? I just putting the words. I mentioning the related words, those that are frequent in the surah or frequent in the Quran. I'm not taking all of the related words. Okay. Now prepositions. We have a basic, intermediate, and advanced level for this one here. Prepositions are words that primarily indicates the place, time, and direction of objects or actions. Examples include in, on, under, over, behind, and before. Everyone knows these words, right? In, on the bus, under the bus, on the car, over the house, before the house, behind the house. Now, all of these words in English, we call them prepositions. But in Arabic, we don't call all of them one word. This is the advanced level. In Arabic, all of these words, they're in two categories. Some you call them dharf, and some you call them harfu jar. Right? That is not important to kill yourself behind right now. But in English, all of them is prepositions. So we're going to keep it under one category for the beginning level. Now, adding a preposition before a word changes that word's ending to majroor. This is advanced level or intermediate. Meaning, the word after it takes a kasra or is in a kasra state. Majroor, that is what majroor. Majroor means kasra state. What's meant by kasra state? Some words don't change with fatha, dhamma, and kasra. But it has a fatha state, kasra state, dhamma state. Like muslimun and muslimin. Right? They don't change with fatha, dhamma, kasra. And the detail, we're going to do that later on, inshallah ta'ala. But some words that change with fatha, dhamma, kasra, it will take a kasra. So, like for example, bismillah, right? Bismi. No, say bismillah, bismallah. Bismi, bismillah. Alal ard, right? Upon the earth. Alal ard. Fi dinillahi. In the religion of Allah. Amam al-bayti, in front of the house. Tahta shajarati, under the tree. Min al-madinati, from al-Madina. Ba'd al-Maghribi, after Maghrib. Qabla al-Fajri, before al-Fajr. Now the homework for this is you read the first 10 page of Surah Al-Baqarah and look for all the prepositions and pay attention to the vowel that's after it. Right? And when those who memorize in Juz Amma, and you mixing up some of the words, is another clue here you have with the Fatha, Dhamma, and Kasra. But just to note, when you're memorizing the Quran, you want to depend on your hifz and not depend on understanding. So your memorization will be fluent. Or you might get it fluent when you did it first. Then later on, if you happen to not revise for a period, you got to think, or you forget everything about the ruling. Right? So don't depend. These are just clues when you're memorizing to help not mix up the vowels and so on. Examples from Surah Al-Baqarah. So we have yu'minuna bil ghaibi, right, in the beginning. Khatam Allahu ala qulubihim. We had ala, that's on the second page. Ala, qulub means heart, hearts. Him is there. Ala qulubi, right? Why we say ala qulubi and not qulubu? Because of the presentation. It's different. We're going to have some more, inshallah. I forget to print. Or those who want to print, it's also available. Khatama means sealed. Allah sealed upon their hearts. Wa minan nasi, and from mankind. Wa minan nasi may yaqulu amanna billahi wa bil yawmil akhir. Right? And from mankind. Wa min an-nasi. Why an-nasi and not an-nasu? Because of the min. Fi qulubihim, right, in their hearts. Fi qulubihim marad, in their hearts is a sickness. Aw kasayyibin. Now where is the preposition here? This ka. The ka, that's the preposition. And minas sama'i. Minas sama'i. Or like a rainstorm. Minas sama'i, from the sky. So the word like in Arabic has a preposition for it. Or it works like a preposition in English. Remember we said these words can either be two categories in Arabic. But we're going to just use preposition for now to keep it simple until we come across it. The link is already on the YouTube broadcast or live chat. Ala abdina. Wa in kuntum fi, where's the verse? Fi raybi mimma nazzalna ala abdi. Why abdi? Because of the ala. Abdina, our servant. An qiblatihim. An. Another preposition. Qibla, what's qibla? Qibla, the qibla, right? The Kaaba, towards the direction of the Kaaba. Now, an means from or against. Ma wallahum an qiblatihim. What turned them away from their qibla? Why qiblati and not qiblatu or ta? Because of the an. Inda bari'ikum. Inda, another preposition. So we have an, inda, fi, min, ka, bi, and we did ala. Right? Inda bari, what's bari? Al-bari. Right? From the names of Allah, the Creator. Al-bari. Where is inda bari'ikum? Which verse? With your Creator. Huh? وَإِذْ قُلْتُمْ يَا مُوسَى. No, before that. وَإِذْ قَالَ مُوسَى لِقَوْمِهِ يَا قَوْمِ إِنَّكُمْ ظَلَمْتُمْ أَنفُسَكُمْ بِاتِّخَاذِكُمُ الْعِجْلَةِ فَتُوبُوا إِلَى بَارِئِكُمْ وَاقْتُلُوا ذَلِكُمْ خَيْرٌ لَكُمْ عِنْدَ بَارِئِكُمْ. So ila and inda, both preposition. Where's a famous example that people mix up because they don't know preposition and they make it. Even people memorize Quran without Arabic. And within the last 15 surah of Juz Amma. Surah Ramadan month especially. Another clue. Inna anzalnahu fi laylati fi preposition laylatil qadr. Wa ma adraka ma laylatu. No preposition. Laylatul qadri khayrun. Right? That is a common one. Inna anzalnahu fi laylati. Wa ma adraka ma laylatu. Laylatul qadri. Right? See some of the Quran students here. If they mix up again, that's it. Trouble. So as I said, while these words are all preposition in English, they do not fall under the same category in Arabic. So we're gonna, that's sufficient inshallah ta'ala for today. Digest, review. What's the homework? Right? Read it for us. How much you said? 10 pages. Look for the prepositions. Yeah. And contemplate over it. You don't have to write anything. That's a homework bil ghaib. Any questions? Right. So far, we still with the what do you call it? With the basics. Try to add in some intermediate, advanced benefits in between, but it's going to progress fast. So make sure if these things are new, keep reviewing it. It's a crash course, right? It's not drawn out. Okay, we'll end here. As those who are following online, you have to rejoin the new live stream for the tafsir, inshallah ta'ala. Subhanakallahumma bihamdik wa nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta wa nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayk. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.